folks. So here we are on the 5th day of Sesshin, and I'm going to want to gear our practice, our body practice down a little bit again. We don't overdo the bodies. We want to keep them in good shape for the next couple of days. So let's begin as we know how to do. We've been doing with warm-ups. Starting with the ankles. Circling in both directions and some pointing and flexing. Take a little longer on the warm-up today. Again, body softened up and knees. Be gentle with them. They might be sore from sitting, but it's good to get some blood flow in there. Circling in one direction, timing with the breath. In the other direction. Okay, and let's do, oops. Again, as we're moving from the center, it's a good opportunity to feel the breath in the hara. Feel that center of gravity point. And other direction. Flexibility and circulation in the hips has a lot to do with how comfortable our knees are in sitting. If our hips are tight, our knees won't be comfortable. Let's give them a little extra attention today. We can do the figure eights. And in the other direction. And shake out the legs a little bit. And really feel that looseness coming into the hip joint. Try a little swinging back and forth from the hip. Standing on one foot. We can even do a little knee lift like so. We stretch back. You might need to grab a wall or something. But stretching back is also good. Work it in all directions. The other one. and then up and back a bit. Maybe out to the side a little bit. Or shaking out. Okay, and then we'll do our swingy hip swivel that we've been doing. You might start to feel today why turning the foot out in the direction you're going is a little softer on the body. I think my knee would not like if I didn't swivel the foot outward today. See how loose you can make the shoulders. And slowly unwinding. Okay, so let's do let's do the more vigorous shoulder warm up first, like we did yesterday. So it's like this, inhaling overhead, exhaling across the chest, alternating which arm is on top. Of course, if for any reason this isn't good for your body, please find a modification that suits and don't overdo. And then let's do the shoulder rolls. First, a few forward. And then a few more than that back. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. My body automatically wants to rise and fall from the knees a little bit. I'll leave it to you whether you want to add that in or not. And let's do that one forward, one back move a few times. It's hard to do, but it softens up around the base of the neck, I find, in quite a different way. Okay, and then the other way. Okay, and then either this variation, few forward, more back, or this one, few forward and more back. And some straight up and down shrugs. By now you'll know whether it feels good to just drop them or if lowering them more carefully feels better. Let's do the shoulder stretch with the arms behind any of the variations we've done. One's like that, or like this, or like this. And let's do that while doing the neck exercises. So the first is a nod and raise to the degree that feels good. And then we want to change the arm position at some point while we're doing these. And I'm swapping my arms and then looking over one shoulder, inhaling over the other shoulder. Inhale, exhale, out, exhale. Okay, and then you might want to change arm position again to do the side to side version. And now that we've been doing this, you can finesse it a little bit, whether you look up to the ceiling as you're doing it, or whether you look towards the ground as you're doing it, or whether you're right in the center. Okay, let's do that full body shakeout, rattling the bones. Random movement, whatever feels good. Okay. Do those upper reaches. Inhaling up. Hands turn over. First one's just straight up. Breathing. Drawing the navel region back towards the spine. When we come out of it, this time let's combine with a forward bend. Forward fold. Just hanging out here for a breath or two. Whatever variation you prefer. You wish to do that variation with straining one leg, bending the other. And then we'll slowly come back up. And let's go for the upward reach with the bend to the side. So first, breathing here. And then exhale, going to one side, drawing in that lower belly. Experimenting with head position, breathing. Back to center. Inhale, exhale, other side. Back to the center. And then exhale, drop the hands. Let's do one more of those with the forward bend. So we'll reach up and twist variation, and then come forward again. Inhaling up. Exhale, arms come down, and we'll turn to look over one shoulder and breathe. You can experiment with palms up or palm down. Inhale back to center. And now the other side. Back to center. And let's come out of that into a forward bend again. You can walk the hands down the legs if you like. Bend the knees if that's more comfortable. Whatever suits. Breathing. See if you can really feel the breath coming and going from the hara region. And walk back up. And let's do the one-legged version. Forward bend. You see I've got a little helper who's joined me. It's Monty. Okay, so feet wide. I like to begin with the arms out and palms up stretch with a little bit of either straighten towards the ceiling or maybe even a little bit of a back bend. Bringing the shoulder blades together, hands to hips, so we'll just come straight forward. So the exhale again, which I keep emphasizing, allows us to relax more deeply into the position. Okay, let's walk up again. This time we'll come down and we'll do both sides. Monty, you're being a big help. Thank you. Okay. Over to the center. We take a breath or two here. And walk over to one leg. A few breaths on one leg. Walk back to center. Take a breath at center, maybe. And then over to the other leg. Back to center, and we can walk up on an inhale, walking up our legs with our hands. So let's use a forward bend to come down to the floor. By now, I think you're mostly familiar with the form. On an inhale, we reach up. Exhale, come forward, walk the hands down the legs if you wish. Legs can be a little bit bent. Hands can rest anywhere you want the hands to rest, or you can cross them and dangle. Couple breaths here. Now on an exhale, stepping 1 foot back for the lunge. Knee comes down to the ground. And you can do any of those variations that we've been doing, either with hands staying on the ground, fists, if you prefer. I like this one. Moving the front leg forward or back accentuates the stretch. And we can step back to tabletop. We'll do our cat-cow series. Remembering if you want to end, add in looking over the one shoulder at the heel, maybe do some in the middle, then over the other. Maybe do a few more, and you could add in the rump swivel if that feels good. I like to do it with rocking the pelvis up and down. Feels like it works the lower back nicely. And we'll do child's pose, as we've been doing, with the arms outstretched. You can do any of the variations on this that we've done, or you can just use it as a rest pose. If you really extend your hands and arms, you'll feel a stretch in the shoulders and upper back. Let the neck release. Let gravity take the body. It's another good pose for really feeling the breath from the hara. And we'll walk back up and do the lunge on the other side. Again, any of the variations that felt good to you. And we'll come out. I want to again do that version of the relaxation we did yesterday. You practiced it yesterday on your back. You might want to try it sitting up, but that's optional. As you might recall, it begins with visualizing halo, golden or yellow light right above your head. Hopefully, this deep into a session, you've got one there. And we just let the middle fill in as though it was really more of a cosmic frisbee. And we'll inhale, and with every exhale, we lower it down. You can do this lying down too. For the duration of the exhale, we lower it down. Pause for the inhale. If you like, lift it up a little bit. So I'm going over the skull and ears, sinus area, exhaling down the jaw, over the neck to the shoulders. Take a breath. Here it magically widens to a hula hoop sized disc. And on an exhale, we lower it down over the shoulders, upper back, chest, upper arms, ribs, maybe down to around the bottom of the ribs. Sweeping away any tension that it encounters. It's like a magnetic net that just gathers up all the bits of tension. Deep inhale, next exhale goes down through the lower organs, lower back, hips, pelvis. Oh, maybe a little ways down the thighs. Inhale. Next exhale, all the way down the thighs, knees, lower legs, up the feet. It just grounds into the floor, carrying any excess tension, stuck energy, anything you're ready to let go of. If you have a minute or two, you can do another pass through the body. Of course, you can do it more slowly with more breaths. And this is not a bad way to begin Zazen, just for a minute or two, just making sure that you've released whatever wants to release and just let it ground its way out into the earth. Okay, it's been a pleasure. I will see you all tomorrow.